So today there's one of our biggest challenges is the supply chain, and our manufacturers getting components to build new machines. Right now we're ordering machines out into Q2 of 2023. So it's difficult to get new equipment, and sometimes a really good option is to rebuild. We can bring it into the shop and refresh, and for a fraction of the cost of buying new, and it's a good option for the customer. So Tommy, let's talk a little bit about this rebuild that we did for Balkan. How did we get interest in this rebuild program, and what was the first step?
Well, we seen this machine for sale first of all on the marketplace, and then we started talking about that maybe Great West Equipment should purchase, and then we approached Balkan. If they would be interested to rebuilding the machine instead of selling, because these older Madills, they seem to be a long-lasting machine. You really can't break them.
So we talked about doing a complete rebuild which was replacing everything from undercarriage to engine and all hoses. And then there's sort of your midlife where you're doing some components but not everything, and then just sort of a check over and a basic rebuild. But so we kind of ended up in the middle.
So we given a new fresh look with the fresh paint, new decals. We changed pins and bushings. We rebuilt all the cylinders so they are like brand new. Like already mentioned, all the new hydraulic components, hoses, and the very important thing to make the operator to feel comfortable. We all new glass.
And a brand new seat.
So when the operator sits in that seat, it's not the old clunky from 10 years ago. Nice fresh seat, feels good.
First thing we asked Arnie when he got out of the machine, I said, "Well, what do you think?" And he said, "Well, it's like brand new." He says, "It's awesome, love it."
That's the goal. We want to make the customer happy. We want to have the operators happy.
So we'll work with the customer, decide what's necessary now, and what will be beneficial for keeping good uptime.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, exactly. Working with the customer is the key. So take a look at the options that we have for the used machines, and give you an estimate and what way we want to go, and if a full rebuild would be ideal, or if we just go with some of the major components, new undercarriage. Those are great ways to go, and we want to work close with the customers and do our best and be a good team.